Well, like I said, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're joining us from, Hoagies. I am very delighted that you are here today. Let me go ahead and share my screen with you. Okay. So let's see, I need to click through. So welcome. I just want to tell you a little bit about who our office is. First and foremost, my name is Gabby McCullum. I serve as the Interim Associate Dean and Director for New Student Family Programs. We're delighted to have you here today. So New Student Family Programs is the department at Virginia Tech that is responsible for your overall transition. Our office is dedicated to helping you transition to and through Virginia Tech as smoothly as possible. We do this through programming like this, but also first year transfer, international and international orientation, as well as welcome week and family weekends. Our programming initiatives are cultivated to help you and your family create an environment of learning, diversity, inclusion, and overall just to make you feel welcome here at Virginia Tech. So New Student Family Programs has created a series of webinars to help you transition during your time here at Virginia Tech. Each webinar will cover relevant information for your transition. We will invite various campus partners to share information about their services and how they can help you in your transition. We will also allow some time for questions. You're welcome to put them in the chat or put them in the Q&A function. So in May, we did Transfer 101. In June, we did Living in Blacksburg. And today we are talking about transfer involvement resources. I'm very excited to be joined by Morgan and Nasim. I will allow them to introduce themselves in just a moment. And they're going to talk about transfer advising initiatives, and they will be sharing information from their offices. So without further ado, I will go ahead and turn it over to Nasim.
Hello, welcome to Virginia Tech and to our Hoagie transfer community. My name is Nasim Schwab. I serve as the Assistant Director for Transfer Student Initiatives. And so basically, I am just somebody who wants to assist you in your onboarding and transition to Virginia Tech. So I oversee what is called the Hoagie transfer community. And in that community, we have several different programs that you can get involved in order to meet brand new transfer students, to meet transfer students that previously transferred in that still participate in our community. I'm going to talk briefly about each of the programs, but overview is we have a transfer peer mentor program, a 1-credit transitional course, a Tau Sigma National Honor Society chapter, a transfer student organization. We also host Welcome Week events and other events throughout the semester and academic year, and then National Transfer Student Week. But if you're unsure of where to begin, as I mentioned, I serve as that onboarding piece, so you definitely can reach out to me. There'll be contact information at the end if you have questions and you just don't know where to start, whether it's figuring out how to acclimate here at Virginia Tech, what offices to get in contact with, trying to find housing, anything and everything you can think of, I can be that resource for you. All right, next slide, please. So our Transfer Peer Mentor program is a free program, so you can sign up and it is at no additional cost to you. Sign up is currently open and you can visit the website there at the bottom of the slide at transfer.advising.vt.edu and sign up for this program. This program is only the first 6 weeks of the fall semester, and it connects you with a current peer mentor who previously transferred to Virginia Tech. And that peer mentor could be in your major, it could be in your college or a similar major. We do our best to try and match as best we can in that sense. But they are your resource. So they are there to welcome you to Virginia Tech. They will call you the week before classes begin and just see if you have any questions and just welcome you to the institution. They provide that student perspective because they were in your shoes at one point. So they transferred in so they can answer all those questions about transitioning and transferring in. But we also do a lot of free events. So we've done paint nights, we've done an escape room, we sometimes will meet on the campus quad and roast s'mores, we've gone bowling. So we just do free events throughout these first 6 weeks for you to meet other transfer students in the program and other mentors. The time commitment is completely up to you in terms of how long you want to be in the program, how often you want to meet with a mentor, or how many events you want to attend. We also set up a giant group meet with all the mentors and mentees, and that serves as another point of contact. And we find that students in that group meet will often put in there when they're going to campus and want to meet up with other transfer students, go to different events on campus together, and also to ask questions. So a great program, and if you have questions about this, definitely reach out and let me know. Okay, next slide, please. We also, as I mentioned, offer that 1 credit transition course. So this course is completely optional unless you're living in our living learning community. It is a course that's not teaching you how to be a college student, because we already know that you are successful in that. You have been a college student. And instead, it's just trying to help students understand who they are. So we do a lot of self-assessments, understanding our strengths and our interests and what careers we want to do, helping you build connections on campus. So we do bring in guest speakers from various offices on campus. We have students who will come in and talk about undergraduate research, for example, or study abroad, and talking about ways to connect that and build that into your academic plans and times at Virginia Tech. It's co-taught by 2 TAs who were previous transfer students. And so they also provide that perspective of what it means to be a transfer student and how they transition to Virginia Tech. And then it's a class of just transfers. But the nice thing is, because it's open to all transfer students, you have an opportunity to meet other transfers from other majors and other departments across campus, since a lot of times you might be in major specific courses. We focus a lot on career development. So we have career services come in the first couple weeks of the semester and work on creating resumes with you, because we know that career fairs happen early September and you want to be a part of those and you want to have your resume. And so they talk about that. We do a service project in the class. So we do a hands-on food packaging project with our VT engagement office, so that you can understand what it means to serve and what UPROSM and how to incorporate UPROSM, which means that I may serve, into your time at Virginia Tech. Registration's open now. We have 6 sections open. I'm an instructor for one of them, and we have 3 other amazing instructors for this course. And so you can just go to the timetable and add this to your schedule, and it is only 1 credit. All right, next slide, please. So TSO and Tau Sigma are 2 student-run organizations. So TSO, which is our transfer student organization, was created by Virginia Tech transfer students who wanted their own organization. It is on Gobbler Connect, which is a place that you can go and check out a bunch of different student organizations. So you can sign up there. They're always looking for members, and they partner a lot with our office to do different events for all of our transfer students, as well as just another way to meet and connect with other students, make them feel welcomed, learn what it is to live in Virginia Tech and Blacksburg area. And so they do a lot of socials just among themselves as well. Tau Sigma is a National Honor Society, and so this is a society that if you complete your first semester at Virginia Tech with a 3.5 or higher, then you'll be invited to join Tau Sigma. And it is, it's recognizing the academic excellence of transfer students at 4-year institutions. So you can join the organization, you get cords if you want for graduation. It's an honor society to recognize your academic achievement. They do events and socials, service projects. They partner with our office to do a lot of events as well. But there's also opportunities to earn scholarships through Tau Sigma. And so we've had a student every semester from our chapter be awarded a scholarship as well. Next slide, please. And so we also partner with other offices across campus. So we're going to partner with New Student Family Programs, for example, and do a Welcome Week event. So just save the date. This is open to all transfer students, and it's just going to be an opportunity to stop by and grab some free Hoagie Transfer Community swag and get some welcome kits and ask questions. We'll have mentors there if you want to ask some students some questions, opportunity to sign up for programs if you want, and to myself, I will be there with my colleagues to meet us as well. And so we'll send out more information as it gets closer. We also do National Transfer Student Week, and this is the 3rd week of October. This is open to our entire transfer student communication or population at Virginia Tech. So whether they are brand new transfer students or previously transferred in, we just spend this week recognizing, celebrating, and loving transfer students. And so we do a lot of events. We've done free paint nights, we've done free game nights. We give out a lot of great swag. So we have Hoagie Transfer Community t-shirts and blankets and keychains that we hand out. And so this is just another great opportunity to connect with our office and to also be celebrated. So we hope to see you at our National Transfer Student Week and to be a part of some of our events. And if you are in the class or the mentor program or the living learning community, anything like that, we do a special event, but then we'll do events for the entire campus as well. Next slide, please. So I just want to thank you for joining us and for hearing about the Hoagie Transfer community. I really do hope that you take an opportunity to participate in one or all of our programs that we offer. You're not restricted, so you can participate in as many of them as you want. Our contact information is there, so the email will go directly to me if you want to send an email and ask questions. We have a website, which is a great place to go for onboarding information, so that will connect you to offices across campus. It will help you find housing off campus. It will help you navigate various things such as, where do I print on campus? How do I ride the bus? How do I find parking? So this is just a one-stop shop for you and your onboarding. We also have a Facebook page as well as an Instagram account, and those are great things to follow because we will post when we're doing events for the entire community or for all students across campus, and important dates. So we'll put dates and deadlines on there, such as don't forget that it's the last day to add drop a class or that registration's opening. So any important dates like that, we post on our social media as well. So I will turn it back over, but thank you again, and I will be here if you have questions at the end as well.
Thank you so much, Naseem. That was extremely important. As somebody who was a transfer student, I wish some of these resources would have been available many, many moons ago so that I could have felt a little bit less lost in my transferring into the university that I attended. So thank you so much for that. I'm looking at the chat and I'm looking at the Q&A. If anybody has any questions, feel free to post them on there. And Naseem has posted all of her contact information there. So I don't see any questions. So we'll go ahead and move forward with Morgan.
Excellent. So hello, folks. My name is Morgan Snowansky. I serve as the Assistant Director for Student Organization Development in Student Engagement and Campus Life, which I will lovingly refer to as SECL throughout this presentation. So I'm here to offer some information about organizations and getting involved on campus and a little bit about the opportunities that our department offers. And I'm also at the end of my spiel, if you will. I have a handout that I can put in the chat that outlines a lot of the information that I'm going to cover today as well. So happy to put that in there for folks too. So you'll see on this slide, Student Engagement and Campus Life is here to help you find people to connect with, find places that you can thrive, and engage with opportunities and passions. I'm going to touch a little bit more on most of the areas that are listed under the things that our department does. But we're a pretty big department. We run 3 buildings on campus and have a variety of services to support your engagement on campus. So we can move to the next slide, Gabby. We've got one more. Yep. So just kind of add an overview. Some of the ways that you can get involved at Virginia Tech include joining or starting a new student organization, participating in our student governance structure, right, advocating for the needs of students like yourself, applying for on-campus employment. We employ a lot of students in our department. There are also employment opportunities in recreational sports and dining and a lot of other departments on campus. Attending events and programs. So I'll tell you about some of the big programs that we host as a department, but there's always so much going on at Virginia Tech. So even if you don't want to commit to a group right away, you can dabble in groups and just kind of go to their events. There's always exciting things happening. We're real excited to have orgs back to hosting in-person events on campus this semester. Also joining an intramural sports team, or if you're more competitive, maybe getting onto a sports club team, joining a fraternity or sorority, which are specifically supported by our Fraternity and Sorority Life office. Or participating in service projects, which we've talked a little bit about how those are offered specifically for transfer students. VT Engage, our office that does mostly our service learning and our leadership development, also offers opportunities for that as well. So I'm going to go into a little bit more detail about the things that our department does specifically if you want to go to the next couple slides. Okay, so one of the biggest things right off the bat in terms of thinking about your involvement journey is going to be Gobblerfest. And if you haven't heard about Gobblerfest yet, Gobblerfest is our big organization fair at the beginning of the year. So we have a community of about 800 student organizations that we currently recognize. That number shifts a little bit because we have a lovely new organization process that happens multiple times throughout the semester. But at Gobblerfest, you'll have about 700 tables of mostly student organizations, departments, local businesses that are really just there to like throw a big festival to welcome you to campus and to let you know what's available to you as a student at Virginia Tech and as a member of the Blacksburg community. So that occurs on the drill field right in the middle of campus. I always tell folks, like, mark your calendar, obviously. So it's going to be on Saturday, September 4th from 2 to 5 p.m. It's also very large and hard to miss. So maybe if you happen to be at the library that day studying, you'll probably just happen upon it as well. And then we also have an opportunity in the spring semester to meet a lot of our student organizations called Gobbler Fair. So that's obviously an indoor event because it happens in January, and it ain't that warm in January in Blacksburg. But that also features about 200 of our student organizations. A lot of our new organizations participate in that spring fair. And something I always like to emphasize is, right, Gobblerfest is exciting. It's also like 2 weeks into the semester, right? And so you don't have to feel like you have to have everything figured out as soon as you get to Gobblerfest. I mean, I invite you to participate in the phenomena of signing up for lots of organization listservs and staying in the loop. But we really see the Gobbler Fair as a good opportunity for you to say, hey, I've had a semester under my belt and I'm ready to maybe think about other opportunities and see what else is new in our org community. We can go to the next slide, Gabby. So Naseem actually already kind of highlighted Gobbler Connect for me, which we love to see. So Gobbler Connect is our central place for learning about student organizations and events that are happening on campus. So you can go on Gobbler Connect and go to the organizations tab and you can sort them by category. So if you have specific kinds of organizations you're looking for, otherwise they're sorted alphabetically. Like I said, got lots of options. So something we always encourage students to do is kind of go on Gobbler Connect and prepare a little bit for Gobblerfest. I don't mean to give you Gobblerfest homework, but more so that you can identify some things that maybe you're interested in continuing, something that you used to do at your other school. Maybe you're looking for something real weird and real new. Maybe you're looking for something for your new major. And so identifying some of those priorities for the kinds of organizations that you want to meet at Gobblerfest, Gobbler Connect's a really nice place to get started with that and browse what's available. And then also under the events tab, you can find out what's going on campus. So if people are doing online events, they'll also post them there. And you can sort that by, like say you're only looking for events with free food. You can sort that and say, hey, I only want to find things that have free food at them. And hopefully people are using that tag, right? So Gobbler Connect, an excellent resource for joining organizations and finding out about events on campus. We can go to the next slide, Gabby. So something that we offer specifically in student engagement and campus life is called involvement advising. And you've heard me kind of talk about involvement journey. And yes, I am a little bit of a woo-woo, and that's just kind of me. But we like to talk about how your involvement journey is something that is really nonlinear and very, up to you, right? And I always like to talk about, we often hear people are just like, just get involved. It's going to like solve all your problems. It'll make you feel connected to campus. And sometimes that's not easy, right? It's hard to identify, how do I break into a new community of people? How do I find the opportunities that align with my goals? So involvement advising offers an opportunity for you to let us know what kind of your interests and goals are. And we can provide personalized recommendations that are provided by a student who has experience with getting involved at Virginia Tech. You can choose to meet with the student and kind of talk about how they got involved and what kind of strategies you can use to explore things. Or you can just get an email with recommendations. They're happy to do that for you. So you can find the link to that right on the homepage of Gobbler Connect. If you want to submit a questionnaire and get our services, we'll start providing recommendations in August. We'll do the next one. And this August, we'll be offering a Hoagie Shuffle event where we will also have free ice cream, which if that's not enough reason to be there, why not? But this is an opportunity. We'll have some departments that are tabling. A lot of the departments that I actually mentioned on that first slide about how to get involved will be there. So like fraternity and sorority life, recreational sports, as well as some student leaders from our student organizations that have experience that they want to share with y'all, and our engagement ambassadors. So really the idea is come get an ice cream cone, chat with some people, think about how you want to get involved right that first week of class. Like I said, it's one of those steps that you can take to prepare for Gobblerfest, so it feels a little bit less overwhelming. Go to the next one. And we do these epic events called Gobbler Nights. And in particular, the first Gobbler Nights of the year is a big shebang. But these are weekend programs about monthly that we offer, usually in the student center, but we've had them in other places on campus as well. Totally free to students. There's some really cool prizes that you can usually win. We've done, we do bingo and escape rooms and crafts. So there's a little something for everyone. It's a great thing to just grab a couple friends and hang out for a couple hours and do some free stuff. So keep an eye out for our first one of the year and all throughout the semester. And in addition to some of those big programs, we also host some smaller programs throughout the semester. So you'll see some of these. The first one is from last year. So we're still doing events in safe ways last year as well. But we've done things like cupcake decorating. We do a lot of game watch parties, movie nights and things like that. So at the end, when I share our social media information, definitely peep that feed because you're going to want to know if those kinds of free events are happening on campus. And go to the next one. Cool, and I'll also tell you a little bit about the kind of spaces that we manage. So the break zone is, it's not the break zone, is our low-cost billiards, bowling, table tennis, all that kind of stuff. It's located right on the first floor of our building. Really cool bowling alley, nice little experience. They do like glow bowling a lot of times when we do Gobbler Nights. So nice place on campus. It's cheaper than going to the local bowling alley for you to hang out with some friends. We also have the Perspective Art Gallery, which rotates through a couple of what do you call them? Exhibits per semester. So typically they do a couple student exhibits throughout the year. Right now we have like a local collection in the gallery, but Robin, who curates the gallery, brings in some really cool art, often does some programming that kind of helps you understand the art more. So really neat to have a free gallery to just walk into in your student center, and we encourage folks to check it out. And go to the next one. We also have the Source, which is located right within the break zone. So that's where our engagement ambassadors provide that involvement, advising, support, and our student organization resource center if you end up being involved in one of the organizations. And then also in Squires, we have the cultural and community centers. So we have 6 identity-based centers that offer, space to hang out, meet other people with those identities, access their programs, talk to their staff about getting support. So those are a really neat part that's also integral to our student center life. One more. And then found this lovely picture of some of our study bars. So Squires offers plenty of space to, hang out with your friends, to study, lots of places to plug in your laptops while you're studying at those functional study bars and seating areas. We just got a bunch of new furniture within the last year. So we're really excited to have people back in the building, just kind of hanging out, doing student stuff. And we also have 2 dining venues in the building. So we have an AVP and Au Bon Pan and Burger 37. So you can also eat while you're here and make a whole day of being in Squires. And then I think one more slide. We also have a couple of services that we offer. So you don't even have to leave campus to get a US passport if you're looking to get a US passport for study abroad or other travel that you're doing. They do the photos, all the application materials, all that right in-house. And then we've also mentioned a little bit about the off-campus housing office that can provide you with support in navigating, how do you find somewhere off campus? How do you navigate tenant relationships and things like that? Next slide. So like I said, follow us on social media. And I always like to say it is not just a shameless plug because we're really not that thirsty for followers, but it's really about the fact that this is going to be the easiest way to remember what's going on with SECL because it gets it right in your feed, right? So encourage you to follow at VT Campus Life on all of the social media platforms. Also visit us in Squires or the Graduate Life Center during our building hours. And check out campus-wide and student organization events on Gobbler Connect and find those things that you can start dabbling in. And I think that's all my slides.
Yes, thank you so much. I have 3 screens, so I'm like, where am I looking? Where am I looking? Thank you so much, Morgan. That was amazing to know those resources. Students, if you have questions, again, feel free to post them on the chat or the Q&A. I'm monitoring them. I'm not seeing very much right now, but while you are thinking of your questions, let me go ahead and stop sharing my screen. Okay, so let's see, let me check back. No questions just quite yet. Just a few reminders. If you have not signed up for orientation, make sure that you do so ASAP. Tomorrow and Friday are the last days of orientation. You will not be able to sign up for orientation on your own because the sessions are now closed. So you will have to contact our office at New Student Family Programs, either via email, orientation@vt.edu, or via phone 540-231-3284, so that we can manually sign you up. So don't forget to do that if you haven't done so already. Continue to check your @vt.edu email. That is where we are going to communicate with all students. So make sure that you're checking that out. And I do have a question. Is there a deadline for signing up for the mentor program? I believe that is about, Naseem, I believe that one is for you.
Yep. No, there's no set deadline. We do our first big social event the Friday of the first week of classes. So we just encourage students to sign up prior to that. But we have had students join the mentor program even halfway through, and we still get them connected. So no real deadline as to when you have to join that.
Awesome. Thank you so much. If there are no other questions, Hoagie's on track. Be sure to download the app. We're planning an awesome and amazing welcome week to welcome you all onto campus. So make sure that you download the Hoagie's on Track, available on iOS and Android phones, so that you are up to speed on all of the amazing things that we are preparing for you. With that will wrap our program for tonight. Again, thank you so much for joining us. Many thanks, Naseem. Many thanks, Morgan, for sharing all of these resources with us. And we look forward to meeting you in the fall. Don't hesitate if you need anything from us. Bye, everyone.